Hello, this is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker, and today is Wednesday, December 27th, 2023. In this area of Kentucky, Lexington, the temperature is around 37 degrees, and we'll go up to around 52 degrees. Be a mixture of sun and clouds, highs in the low 50s and lows in the mid 30s. Rain possible overnight with wind at 3 miles per hour. Sunrise 7:52 a.m. Sunset 5:24 p.m. in this area. AQI is good at 23. Speaking of weather, Beijing in China records longest December cold wave in modern history. 300 straight hours of sub-zero temps. The American expression, baby, it's cold outside. So, if you're watching the sideshow on Facebook and Instagram, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Talk about it on WhatsApp. If you're watching the sideshow on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And the sideshow coffee cup logo, the sideshow, black ceramic, 11 ounce, dishwasher safe, good for all beverages, hot and cold. Buy from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. That's the little box that it comes in with suitable packing. Pay me through Cash App. $, TR Parker 1. Sideshow coffee cup. So, since we're in the Christmas holidays, or in the holidays that close out the year, heading into 2024, what's been happening? Well, between tracking Santa's sled and keeping a list of who's naughty or nice, it's definitely the Christmas season. With the holidays, December's become the example of the words on the Statue of Liberty in action. Hanukkah, with lighting of the menorah, is celebrated from the last part of November into December. The actual dates vary according to the Hebrew calendar. Christmas is celebrated on the 25th. The day varies from year to year. And speaking of Christmas, due to their Catholic beliefs, the Philippines have the longest Christmas season in the world at 100 days, starting around September 1st and ending January 6th with the Feast of Kings. And then Kwanzaa, a 7-day observance that encourages African Americans and others to embrace and remember African cultures and unity, from December 26th to January 1st. That being said, let's see how this plays out. Kamala Harris, Vice President of the United States of America. Her holiday message sparks backlash. That was in reference to Christmas. People were commenting on whether or not she should say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays and variations thereof. That was the first time. Now that Kwanzaa has started, Kamala Harris' Kwanzaa message sparks outrage. As some comedians say, it's a tough crowd. I say she was appropriate for the group that she was standing in front of. And for those of us who chose sports as our go-to, on December 17th, 2023, NBA had this to say in comments in the media. On Saturday night, Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry, already NBA's all-time leader in made three-pointers, elevated his record by sinking his 3,500th triple. No other player has reached the 3,000 mark, with only Ray Allen, James Harden, and Reggie Miller joining the exclusive 2,500 club. And right behind that, Warriors Steph Curry's NBA record streak of 268 straight games with three-pointers ends. That was December 18th, 2023. For the first time in more than 5 years, Golden State Warriors star point guard Stephen Curry failed to make a three-pointer in a game. Curry had a forgettable night as he finished with just 7 points on 2 of 12 shooting, as the Warriors escaped Sunday's matchup against the Portland Trail Blazers with a 118-114 road victory. He shot 0 of 8 from three-point range, ending his streak of 268 consecutive games with a three-pointer and marking the first time he didn't convert from beyond the arc since November 2018. Well, I say with a record like that, if nothing else, that ought to keep him busy for a while. But I think somebody else out there is paying attention, and I've been letting this one sink in. Why Reed Sheppard is already Kentucky's best player since dated November 18, 2023. Through 4 games, Sheppard is averaging 13.3 points per game on 69% shooting from the field and an absurd 70.6% from three-point range, the best in college basketball. He's also adding 2.8 rebounds and 2.8 assists per game on the offensive end. He has currently totaled 12 steals and 6 blocks through 4 games, which leads the team in both categories. Even more impressive is Sheppard's absurd 35.6 in player efficiency rating, PER. If the season ended today, that would be the 11th best PER ever recorded. Dates back to 2002-2003. That was in November. Since then, he has been named SEC Player of the Week twice. Back to the team. 5 Wildcats taken in latest ESPN NBA mock draft. On the other side of things, wars that are going on. Russia and Ukraine. Since Russia invaded Ukraine and Putin has become declared a war criminal, NATO has backed Ukraine's effort. Amongst other things, with the offensive push that Ukraine is giving, the war is being continued. Israeli-Hamas war. In light of the unprecedented assault by Hamas on Israel on October 7th, 2023, and the subsequent Israeli campaign on Gaza, the war is continued. Switching to other things, The Color Purple was shown in theaters on December 25th. As you probably are aware, this is a remake of the movie with new cast and stars, or new cast members. So, between unwrapping presents and Christmas meals, maybe some of you may have chosen to go to the movies. It was a very Merry Christmas for Warner Brothers Discovery. With $18.15 million in box office receipts, the studio's newest film, The Color Purple, had the highest Christmas Day opening since 2009 and the second largest Christmas Day opening of all time. Excuse me. And right behind that, some of you may have seen this. If not, then I will share it with you anyway. Award-winning actress Taraji P. Henson breaks down crying over Hollywood pay. The math ain't mathin'. Film and TV star Taraji P. Henson couldn't hold back tears during a recent Sirius XM interview with Gayle King as she discussed her new film, The Color Purple. King asked about rumors that she was contemplating quitting acting. Her response was emotional and raw, revealing the painful reality of pay disparities in Hollywood that continue to plague even the most accomplished Black actors. She said, Taraji P. Henson that is, "I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, and getting paid a fraction of the cost." The Oscar and Emmy nominated actor said, "I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, 'You work a lot.' Well, I have to. Math ain't mathin'. When you start working a lot, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. It's a whole team behind us. They have to get paid." Henson went on to explain the breakdown of how salaries are divided before they reach an actor's bank account. Henson started to cry, and she explained that despite her multiple successes, she still gets told there's not a lot of money in the budget because Black actors and stories don't translate overseas, among other excuses. She continues, "I'm tired hearing of that my entire career. 20 plus years in the game, and I hear the same thing, and I see what you do for another production, but when it's time to go to bat for us, they don't have enough money. And I'm just supposed to smile and grin and bear it. Enough is enough. That's why I have other brands, because this industry, if you let it, it will steal your soul. I refuse to let that happen." I'm a man, I was moved by it myself. And this is when some people say, "I need a drink." What they don't say is, "So I can wash the taste of this out of my mouth." And the surprise of the holiday season. Previously, on October 6, 2022, statement from President Biden on marijuana reform. On December 22nd, 2023, where marijuana laws stand in the U.S. as Biden pardons. So this I will share with you. And it's from Time Magazine. So here we go. President Joe Biden announced on Friday that thousands of people convicted of use and simple possession of marijuana in Washington, D.C. and on federal land would be eligible for pardons as he continues to push for reform of the criminal justice system and marijuana laws. So my emotional content when I first heard it or first saw it in the media was, wow, this is the biggest thing since Prohibition. So I continued to read. Biden is also granting clemency to 11 people serving disproportionately long sentences for nonviolent drug offenses. He said will receive significantly shorter sentences if they are convicted today. No federal prisoners will be eligible for release as a result of Friday's action, the Associated Press noted. Criminal records for marijuana use and possession have imposed needless barriers to employment, housing, and educational opportunities, Biden said in a statement published by the White House on Friday. Too many lives have been upended because of our failed approach to marijuana. It's time to rewrite these wrongs. While marijuana is illegal federally, the 50 states and D.C. have different laws on medical or recreational use. The U.S. Congressional Research Service has noted that a significant divide has developed between federal and state regulation, creating a legal labyrinth across the U.S. 38 states and D.C. now have comprehensive medical marijuana programs, according to the National Conference of State Legislators. 24 states and D.C. have legalized adult recreational use. Again, 24 states and D.C. have legalized adult recreational use. Kentucky's governor, where I reside in the state of Kentucky, signed a law this year legalizing medical marijuana, but it won't go into effect until 2025. However, the governor already signed an executive order allowing people with 21 different medical conditions to possess medical cannabis that was legally purchased in other states. At the federal level, cannabis remains classified as a Schedule I substance under the Controlled Substances Act. Biden has noted that this means marijuana is classified as a more dangerous drug than the opioid fentanyl, which is driving the drug overdose epidemic that killed more than 100,000 Americans in 2022. Last year, Biden issued a similar round of clemencies and directed the Secretary of Health and Human Services and the Attorney General to initiate the administrative process to review how marijuana is scheduled. In August, health officials recommended to the Drug Enforcement Administration that marijuana be reclassified as a less dangerous Schedule III drug. Reclassification could be a step to a broader legislation, Reuters noted. Federal lawmakers haven't reached agreement yet on what to do about marijuana. However, Congress did pass a law last year to facilitate research on marijuana for medical purposes. In October, a Republican House representative refiled a bill with bipartisan support to federally legalize marijuana after first introducing the legislation in 2021. A similar Democratic-led bill to decriminalize marijuana has passed in the House but died in the Senate. A majority of Americans, 59%, reported in a Pew Research Center poll last year that marijuana should be legal for medical and recreational use by adults. So, all of us can recall the horror stories associated with marijuana from Conspiracy 13, where there was a hard drive effort to put black men in prison based on marijuana offenses, Planet Evidence being the main means to make that happen, and the disproportionate amounts of black people in prison due to laws associated with marijuana. Whereas compared to surveys, studies, etc., showed that there is equal use of marijuana in both the black and white community. And it's disproportionate because of the population percentage that is composed of black people. So, we might not be to the place where you can say if you got them, smoke them, but it's another step. That's it. Hashtag